Ladies and gentlemen.
It's all good. As a professional interviewer, I'm gonna tell you these are always better when it's literally you just start talking. You know what I mean? The questions will come, especially if you already have them mapped
I already
out.
have them. I've studied you. So thank
You
you.
studied me. Shut the fuck up.
I'm serious.
What does that even mean? What is there to study?
Okay.
I'm not Lena yet. I'm on my way though, nigga. I'm not fucking around. I'm dead ass. Like, I keep missing hairs. I don't care. Go ahead. I'm not
Oh well, thank you for being I have an exclusive here. And
what,
highly,
your polo?
huh?
Huh?
I'm
I said your polo?
No, I'm talking about you. I was fixing my shirt.
Oh. You thought you was doing like this. I thought maybe he was talking about Ralph or something.
No. Hell.
Oh God, I'm old.
I just put this on because I was getting an interview with you. Other than that, it would have been like straight up would have been like a graphic T-shirt or something. But everybody been getting
How
them.
old are you? Don't be rocking graphic t-shirts that often, bro. Don't say that like that's cute. You too
It's
old
not.
for graphic t-shirts.
I am too old for graphic T-shirt, but my graphic T-shirts is my Black Power stuff, so we good. I got some.
Oh, well, that's different.
Yeah, I'm my Black 10 shop. Make sure you look them up
Gotcha.
on Instagram. Welcome back to another episode of No ID Podcast. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I have the one and only exclusive.
You killing me.
I told y'all I was gonna come with some heat.
Killing me.
I told y'all I was gonna come with some heat this season. I told y'all.
Am I the heat?
You are the heat. You are part 2 of the heat.
Hey, yes. Who is number 1? I want to know.
You gotta wait.
Oh, it's a secret? Okay.
You got to wait.
All right.
This is an exclusive. You've heard her on. You've heard her on Proud Family. You on Stitch the Serious, which for some of y'all 80s babies out there.
Yeah, babies. That Virginia coming out, baby.
The 80s babies. You heard her as the voice of Citas World. Miss Kittie Kaboom.
Just so we're clear though, because I'm not that type, you know what I mean, to perpetrate a fraud. You recall that saying, right? That's a DMV thing to say, perpetrating a fraud. Yeah, I don't need a lot of kick it. I never did Proud Family. I want very much to do Proud Family. I've actually been in touch with the creator of it through Clubhouse, IG. But I didn't voice any characters on Proud Family. I wanted to, as I said, but no, sir. I've done some Disney shows, some Nickelodeon shows. 2 shows I have right now. One is on Amazon Prime, and I have another show on HBO Max. So yeah, but I've never done Proud Family.
Okay, that's fine. That's cool. Google it. It told me before. I can't believe I got her. I was telling her, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm about to give her flowers, like real shit.
Oh, I love that saying so much.
I'm about to give her flowers, real shit. The realest thing I'm about to say. This is her flowers, right? For all y'all social media people, the B Simones, the Pretty V's, the Tiffany Haddishes, the Cardi B's.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm serious. I have to. You gotta look at. I'm putting you in that same. You were a pioneer. You were the blueprint.
That's what's up. Thank you. Well, Cita was the blueprint.
Okay.
I mean, you know. But just trying to give props to do. I voiced her. I made her movements. I was Cita. Yes, all day.
Okay. So what made you get into voice acting?
So here's the funny thing. I didn't even know what a voice actor was or that was a thing. You know, I'm from DC, born and raised, Washington, DC, Southeast, stand up all day, every day. Hey! Yeah, so being from DC, BT, I don't know how many of y'all know, was originally in DC. It started in the district. And I was blessed enough to book a job on there on Citas World, like not long after college. You know, I hadn't graduated that long ago and I'd interned there. So I knew a lot of people and I just went up there on a humble, like, check this out. I need to be on the air. And clearly they don't see my vision. So they need to come correct. So it was only after BET relocated us from DC to New York and then from New York to LA that they canceled the show. that I learned what VO was, because as I said, I never heard that term. So once we were canceled, I kind of had to scramble. Obviously, I'm on the other side of the country now, never been here before, and now I have no job. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I met this great guy. He introduced me to his manager. The manager brought me on board, got me an agent, and the agent was a voiceover agent. That's when I learned what the term was and what it meant and how it worked. And yeah, then they started sending me out for auditions, and I was booking jobs. So I kind of learned on the job.
On the job, I didn't want this back as voiceover agent. They have voiceover agents.
Of course.
I don't know this game. I don't know this industry like that. No.
Gotcha.
I just know about comedy bookers and shit like that. That's all I know right now. So I didn't know that. So
Google is your friend.
Sometimes.
No, all the time, bro, because it's gonna give you information that you need when you have interviews with people that do voiceovers for a living. Yes, there are voiceover agents. Many, 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 many of them. I actually have two, one in LA and one in New York.
Okay.
Oh, in Atlanta. I have an Atlanta agent, yeah.
For a while now, I was like Googling you, trying to figure out who voiced Citas World. I was like, who the fuck voiced it? So when I hit it, you know how the internet is just a dark hole. Like you just hyperlink, and I saw the IG, and I was like, all right, let me just send her a message, see if she's gonna reply back. She probably ain't gonna reply back, but I'm gonna go ahead and send her a message, and you reply back. So I appreciate it. So you don't understand, like when your show came on, like that was like the after school vibe. From 1 to 3.
This is what I've been told. Yeah, for sure.
1 to 3 was you. 3 to 4 was hits from the streets. 4 to 6 was the basement. And then, 6 to 7:30, then it was 8, was Free and AJ on 106 in Park. But when I would come home, my grandmother was actually watching before she passed. My aunt was. They was all doing to you. So
that's what's up.
You know what I mean? Like you touched that. Well, I saw the Diesel Court game. And when I had told my cousins that I had got you up, they were like, "Nah, you bullshit." And I was like, "Nah, I got her up here." So I was just stalking you. I wasn't stalking. I was looking at your page and stuff like that. You even did some reality TV, right?
Yeah, I did a show on VH1 a couple of years ago, well, a lot of years ago now, called Let's Talk About Pep with Peppa, Jackie Reed, and Jumana Kidd.
Yeah, I don't remember it. I was fresh out of high school when that came out. So, I mean, it's all good. It's all good. We was, like I told you guys, Cita pretty much birthed a lot of these Instagram and social media influencers all across the board. How did you? Was there like something that you had to prepare? Well, of course you had to prepare for. Was it something like a voice change, or were you like jumping into? I read that not read, but I saw a video where you talked about you had to get into a green suit or something like that, and started doing the motions and stuff. Nah.
So no, it's called a green screen.
Okay.
And that's, or blue screen or whatever, but it just acts as a conduit for the technology necessary in order to do motion capture and virtual reality. That's what Cita was. She was drawn originally, obviously. She has to be in order for it to be animated, but it's not animation in the sense like what I do in terms of voiceovers. I voice characters in animated shows. Animation is drawn, whether through a computer or physically pen to paper. Motion capture is the actual movements of the character that's already been drawn through a series of things that I don't completely understand. I'm not the most techie person, but the point is that the green screen acts as like it can create whatever you want. I can be in Egypt. I can be on my couch. I can be, getting my teeth fixed at the dentist, whatever. Because they can create that background on the green screen, and then I put the suit on. And back in the day, the suit was pretty primitive compared to now, where they had like these little, I don't even know what to call them, like sockets. And then there would be a big, heavy, like a cable wire that would be hooked into the socket. So I might have like 10 wires on me. and I couldn't move out of the certain space that I was what's the word?
Delegated.
That is the word. Thank you. That I was delegated to on the stage, or she would like fall apart, you know. Now technology is such that I can now do it in my house with my iPhone, you know. It's leaps and bounds ahead of what it used to be. So that's the good news. So yeah, the green screen is there now. The suit still exists, but it's wireless. And they have like little balls that they can put all over your face to track your expressions and all. It basically tracks your movements. So that's what I used to do. That's what, you know, you move around, all the dancing, all the whatevers. That was all me.
That was what 20. Well, of course, everything's evolved or whatever. I don't even know what I'm about to go at it. Like again, I'm a little starstruck, and if you guys don't know,
Cut it out, bro.
Here we go. Like, see, that's what I'm talking about. You give somebody their flowers, you giving them flowers. You got to give your flowers because you open up the doors for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
You have regardless of, you know, you're very humble, but regardless of how it is, you open up the doors. You were the bridge. You were the blueprint. You set that cornerstone for us to go out there and go do what we have to do. You know what I'm saying? So if you have my grandmother, my aunt, my mom, my cousins, my father locked in.
So grandma was watching. That gives me pause. Like, wait, how old am I again? Because she was a grown man. So if your grandmama was watching, we didn't come on air until 1999.
Mm-hmm.
That's 20 shit. It's a long time ago.
A long fucking time ago.
Yeah,
and that's what you did. You captured it. I mean, you captured people, man. Like, come on now.
That's what's up. Thank you.
Know what I mean?
Yeah, it was awesome. And as far as the voice, I think that's what you were asking me as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. But the voice itself came from just me, you know. When I auditioned, I didn't even know I was auditioning. That's the funny thing, how this industry works. But they asked me if I could do a ghetto accent, whatever that means. And, you know, as I said, I'm from DC. So being from the District of Columbia, growing up in Northwest, Northeast, Southeast, you see Southeast, that's how we speak. So it wasn't something that I had to like study or figure out, you know. A lot of the colloquialisms and slang and stuff, that just came naturally because that's where I grew up. But I, of course, stole lines from my girlfriends, or like, you know, in our little kiki sessions, they might say something. My girlfriend Star used to say "dead in the water" all the time. So that became like one of my little catchphrases. You know, you just pick up stuff that you encounter in everyday life and incorporate in that. But because I was born and raised in DC, it wasn't like something I had to learn as I would like an English accent, yeah? Never been to London, but I studied it a little bit and tried to do the best impression of English people, British people that I can. And, you know, that's a study. That's something that like you take time, you learn it, yeah? But like being from DC, I'm just from DC. I'm just going to do what DC girls do.
Jules. No, I'm serious. Jules. You gonna get flowers or you gonna get jewels? You may get both, but that was just jewels. So
that's what's up. Thank you.
Know what I mean? So this, I can't wait to go back to my class next week and tell everybody this.
Oh Lord.
What? It's true. You were talking about earlier. You want to be like what Issa Rae and Lena Waithe? Are you?
I don't want to be like them.
Okay.
I want to be the next them, if that makes sense. Like, I don't need to be. I'm Kittie, you know what I mean? And I'm very grateful to be Kittie. I like that I have my own brand and my own way of doing things. I would like to be like them in that I want to be a part of that kind of lineage. You talk about kicking down doors. Come on, bro. Like, it don't get better than an Ava DuVernay production. So Ava, Shonda, Issa, Lena, they're pretty fucking badass. And yes, I have my own projects. I have 2 animated series that I'm co-writing, co-producing. I have a live action project that I am co-writing and actually by myself now. I had to me and my writer parted ways. So it's kind of on me right now till I find somebody else. But my point is, I'm working on my own things. I'm creating my own projects, and it just feels amazing to be a creative and a storyteller in this day and age where it's so encouraged, especially by Black women, just being fucking amazing, just doing what we do. Black girl magic, just shining like a beacon. I would love to be in the same conversation as those ladies. So I'm working at it. You know what I mean? I have to say, it's funny. My mother's birthday was yesterday. Mm-hmm. Well, it was actually the 9th, but she came over here, she and my son and his girlfriend, and we celebrated yesterday and made her dinner and so forth. And it's just interesting because I was telling her how much I really respect the fact that, obviously in retrospect, at the time I hated that shit, but I love the fact that she beat me in the head with being thorough. You know, it was not enough to, like, when I was a little girl, I asked her for a new bike one time, and she was like, well, why do you need a new bike? And I was trying to explain it to her. She's like, yeah, write it down. So I literally had to like create this full on, I want to say project for lack of a better term, but it wasn't. Like if you had to write a paper for school, that's what she wanted me to write in order to plead my case for a new bike. She was like, if I'm spending my money, I need to know why. How do you substantiate that? So we're talking outline, ABC, 1, 2, 3, indentation, subtopics, like the whole shit. And obviously as a kid, fucking hated that shit. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Just buy me the bike. But now it really, as I shared with you, Google is your friend. Like I research pretty much anything. Nobody tells me, yeah, here's my card, give me a call, and I don't call. And I keep calling until you answer the phone, call me back, or tell me don't fucking call me no more. I'm relentless. I'm very, very, very proud of that. I pride myself on my intelligence and the fact that I am not a ball dropper. I don't tell you I'm gonna do something and don't do it. I don't say I'm gonna come through and don't show up. And if I am unable, you will hear from me. I'm just tenacious. I love this business. I love, love, love what I do.
But don't you gotta be like tenacious and be relentless like that because of like just honestly because of the gatekeepers? I had this conversation. I don't know if you ever experienced it, but like with the comedy stuff, right? Is gatekeepers. When I broke into the game 2 years ago, I remember going to this comedy club to get into this contest. And, you know, I've been doing open mics all across Virginia. I'm like, okay, you know, I'm going to try to do this contest. I had probably like 9 people come in for this contest so they can give the ticket, say they're here to see me, and I can get on. And I remember because my mom, who's also a fellow comedian, was there with me for support, but she turned in a ticket with my name in it. And for whatever reason, it was like cliquish up there, right? So
I'll tell you the reason. It's not for whatever reason. That's just how the industry goes. You know that. You know what I mean? There's levels to this shit. So despite whether you want to be like, as long as people are not nasty to me, I get it. You know what I mean? When they, oh yeah, you did see that. That's great. Okay, yeah, good to meet you. And then they keep it moving. If you're fucking Jamie Foxx, you know what I mean? Like you have reached a level of fame that allows you to pick and choose who you want in your circle. The same way as anything else, there's a pecking order. And again, long as you're not rude to me or disrespectful in any way, I'll respect the shit out of that. Because I want to eventually get there. So you have done that. You've achieved a level of fame that allows you the ability to say, yeah, they cool and all, but I don't necessarily want them in my circle. Yeah. You know, it's not shade so much as it's just you earn that. But at the same time, I do have a problem with motherfuckers that don't respect the fact that you were there at one time too. You feel me? Like how you get here and then forget how hard it is for the motherfucker just starting to get here as well. You know what I mean? If you're able to give somebody some help, why wouldn't you? Like there's a fine line, you know? People that are just starting out to ask questions, I'm happy to be of service. If I have the time to have a 15, 20 minutes, sometimes even an hour-long conversation with you about the business, and I feel like there's something that I can bring to the conversation and help, I'm down with all that. who I am. That means a lot to me to be able to give back. Again, I'm happy to be of service. I'm not going to stay on the phone with you 2-3 hours. I got shit to do. And you know, and I'd like to think that, excuse me, my hustle will garner some money. So, you know, again, you got to pay rent. So I got to hustle and get over here. But I'm happy to talk to people and help them out. I just think it kind of sucks when you get to a level of such importance that you literally you don't give people the time of day, you know?
Facts. Like, Virginia is already a small market. Well,
yeah,
it really is a small market, right?
I know.
And maybe because I'm not a politic, I don't need to kiss ass. I know people say it's not about. Sometimes it's not about like who you know or what you know. It's about who knows you. And I think sometimes that plays a factor. Maybe because I'm a little quiet. I don't know. I know there's been a couple of mics that I've went to, and I've gone there and nobody has spoke to me, but I'll go on the stage and I'll kill it, and then they'll walk up, man, you're fucking hilarious. And I remember dude was like, man, you're so fucking hilarious. What's your IG? I said, bro, we already follow each other. And I was like, you know, I get the podcast. I started a podcast a year ago.
Wait, so how did you feel about that? You were offended?
I wasn't offended. I wasn't offended.
Oh.
I wasn't offended at all. I was like, bro, we follow each other already. It's really, it takes a lot to offend me. But unless you talk about my mama, then it ain't gonna bother me. But
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk on top of you. I apologize.
You okay? I didn't.
Yeah, so I'm asking what your reaction to that was. You made that point to say what?
I made that point to say, I don't know. I was just speaking on it. Maybe it just bothered me today. I don't know. But I'm like, we already follow each other. You know,
But what about it bothered you?
What bothered me was like, we've done open mics before. You know what I mean? We've done shows together. We've been on the bill with each other.
Hmm. So you feel like he should have recognized that?
He should have recognized that, but who knows? I don't know if he was trying to be funny or something. I don't know. I don't get it.
Maybe he meets a whole lot of people, man.
Maybe. I'm not gonna put it down on anybody, man. So it is what it is. You know, it's crazy. My sister just came in the house, and she loves the hell out of you too. She just came in the house, but so you have projects working on live actions, some VOs, cooking up in the works, and you need a writer, an extra writer. You're looking to get an extra writer for the project that your writer left you for.
Oh yeah, but I'm looking for a Black woman. Yeah,
a Black woman.
Mm-hmm.
I would say I know some people, but I don't know how you feel about that.
I mean, we can talk about this after the interview. This is a very interesting interview. Kind of all over the place, brother. Like,
it really is, but you know, I'm gonna edit to the point where it actually makes sense. It's okay. My mind works a little bit different than a lot of people, and that's just how it is. It's hard to explain, but you know, I went from asking you to get on the interview to shoot my shot to make you upset this morning.
Bruh, sleep is like one of my favorite things ever. You feel me? Mm-hmm. I love to eat. I should be as big as a house. I love to eat. Food is great. Sex is amazing. I mean, I don't know anybody that would, dispute me on that one. And sleep is up there. So top 5 things that I love in life, sleep is one of them. And since I'm single and live by myself, I can sleep as long as I want, when I want. The blessing is working from home. I can, so Saturday morning, you're calling me at 8 something in the morning. Bruh, I wanted to kill you.
I know you did. It sounded in your voice. I was like, uh-oh. But man, let me just go ahead and say it. I'm going to go ahead and drop it. I had Michael Collier on my podcast last night.
Okay. Congrats.
Right? Legend. And the jewels that he dropped off was just amazing. I was just so excited about what was talked about, what he said, what he put me in contact with. And when I texted you last night, I was like, I'm going to just confirm it. And I said, I got to come with some shit this season. You know, I done had a porn star on my shit. I had Sydney Starr from Love and Hip Hop. But I don't have Michael Collier, and I don't have Kittie Kaboom. So I got y'all. And now I'm like starstruck. I have the questions here, but I'm like stumbling all over myself because you're iconic. You don't see it. You don't say it, but you are iconic.
I would never say it. Cita might be iconic.
Nah.
Kitty, I'm sure. Yes.
But your personality came out into that, right? Your DMV came out of that, right?
Already, yeah. Very good point, brother. Yeah.
Your personality made it. So I mean, we saw the character, but we knew there was somebody behind that character.
For
You know
sure.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody can do that. Nobody can bring that DMV stuff in there.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So you did your shit, and you're versatile. You did what? Adventures of Jake Long or something like that too.
I did too. Jake Long. Yeah, Jake Long. Shit, American Dragon. That's what it is. Jake Long. Yeah, American Dragon. I played Trixie. Yeah, like I said, I mean, there's a lot of, well, I don't know a lot, but I don't know. I have a number of animated series under my belt. Pretty excited about.
So where do you see yourself? I mean, you say you got projects coming up. Do you see yourself possibly doing what like Tyler Perry does? Like he has an empire. You looking to build like an empire, Theo?
That's a little lofty. I think for me, just for me, I like to I practice meditation quite a bit, and meditation is always reminding you to be focused on the moment, the now, the current, because obviously you can do nothing about what has already happened, good or bad, and the future can't control it. You can only control yourself. So I say all that to say I see myself as a working voiceover actor, working on air host, that's trying to create new opportunities. And the end game, I have no idea. That's between the future, I guess, and God. I just surrender to a higher power and keep doing what I'm doing. Hope it pans out to be something greater. As I said, my ultimate goal would just be able to make a good, comfortable living doing what I love to do, what I'm passionate about, which is storytelling, creative writing, voicing characters. I don't have a real desire to be on screen as like an actress. That's not to say that maybe one day that won't change, but I really enjoy voiceover acting. I really, really do. And I personally feel like, when people say stuff like, real actors and voiceover actors, people in the voiceover community get very offended. And that's because we are actors. Hello. What do you think this like? I think a lot of people just think that there's like mimicry or like, oh, you're a character, so you just read the lines of the. Let me explain something to you. You can practice your Daffy Duck all day. But the moment that you get in front of a casting director that's casting for Daffy Duck, they're not going to ask you to recite the lines that you done memorized down pat for 6 years and that you know like the back of your hand. They're going to give you a script and assume that as a voiceover actor, you're able to read that script, not only in the Daffy Duck voice, but to bring to life the character. Who's Daffy talking to? How old is Daffy? Where did he just come from? Where is he going after he leaves? It's acting. You flesh the character out. You create this thing so that people believe it. It's all about being believable. That's what all acting really is. So again, I'm not really good with memorization, and that poses a problem with on-screen acting. And I think I'm capable of a lot of things, but I think I would definitely need to take some intense classes to kind of bring out different elements of believability in order for me to be a successful actor. Again, I really like the storytelling aspect of it. So though I do love being talented and in front of the camera or in front of the mic, I can't wait until the credits run and it says executive producer, writer, haven't aspired to director yet. I'm not that interested in that, but that's my point. It could very well be a part of my legacy. I don't know just yet, but I don't want to think that far ahead. I don't want to think about an empire. I'm very happy doing what I'm doing, and I just want to think about the very next step. Because if I get caught up in 10 steps ahead, 3 steps maybe, just so you playing chess and not checkers. You're not over here to thumb up your ass waiting for somebody to give you an opportunity. But 10 steps, it's a little lofty. I just want to be grateful for where I am. I feel like that will allow me to be 10 steps at one point. I'll get there. I'll get there.
I'm waiting. I know you will. So there's nothing really worried about. You know what I mean? Everybody's gonna get there. I always ask this question to anybody that's been on the show because I'm a comedian. Top 5 comedians, dead or alive, in any order.
For me?
Yeah, for you.
Oh, I love comedy, but I'm not a stand-up comedian, so I don't know. Excuse me. I mean, you have to pay. I don't know. Eddie Murphy's up there for me. Um, Damn. I really wish I had some women that I could point to who I just think are dumb funny. Ah. I know I have some in like the recesses of my mind. I wish you'd given me this question earlier before so I could do some give it some thought because I don't want to be disrespectful to any um comedians out there, but definitely Eddie. I think Jamie Foxx is funny as fuck. Um, I don't,
It's all good.
I'm trying to think, I'm not a stand-up comedian. It's not really my lane. So I'd have to give it some more thought. Damn it. Who else? I mean, there's so many women that kill it too, but Joan Rivers. Yo, Joan Rivers. I miss her so much. The other day I saw a clip of her on Wendy Williams, and she was just like, yeah, so Wendy, my daughter comes home with this huge, very dark skinned black man. And Wendy's like, oh, she's like, yeah, that's what I said. Oh. And so she was like, I had a problem with that. And Wendy was like, oh, did you? She was like, yeah. Because why the fuck didn't you bring me one? I hit the floor. I just love her. She's so brash and like, I don't know. She's as real as they get. So I do miss her. Wish she was still around. I think she's dope. Because, she said shit you don't expect. Thought she was going down some racist lane. She was like, no, I want me a big black dick too. With some of that black D. I thought it was hilarious.
I remember that. Mine was Mom Mabley and Flip Wilson. So those are some of the.
Wilson is a great comedian. Yeah. No question.
No doubt about that. So I appreciate you doing this interview. Blessings. Blessings. If y'all want to follow me, you can follow me on both my IG page. One page is Rome Thinks, because I think a lot, and another page is gonna be No ID Media. We have gotten out of stigmatism of No ID podcast because right now I'm not putting myself in no box. We are a media company. We are going to be producing some stuff for 2021, some stuff that's in the works. So be prepared for that. Is there anything you want to say out to those that inspire to do what you do?
Don't stop. Don't let anybody encourage you to stop. And stop taking no for an answer. This sounds so rando, but I have to tell you, I was in the store not long ago. I was trying to buy a frame for this poster I had. So I brought the poster with me to make sure that I got the right fit, right? The right dimensions. So I asked the guy, can you help me find the frame that I need for this poster? He said, well, it's because I had it rolled up and in the thing that the tube it came in. He said, well, I don't know how big it is. And so I showed him the tube and he said, yeah, but that just shows me the length. I don't know the width. And I just smiled. People are so lazy. This is your job. You fucking work here. So how about ask me questions to figure out exactly what I need? You don't know. So tell me, well, if you pull the poster out, I'd be happy to measure it for you. And then we can figure this out. But instead, I'm the one giving him the answer. So I smiled so that I wasn't rude because I wanted to be. And then I took a beat and I said, well, the poster's inside. I can pull it out and then we can measure it. Y'all have a measuring tape around here, right? He said, yeah, at my desk. Now he mad at my desk. So he measures it. And then, of course, he becomes my best friend and we find the frame and he wants to tell me about some story that his frame fell off the wall and the what do you call it? What do we have out here? Earthquake. Sir, at this point, I'd give zero fucks about your earthquake and your thing. Because I guess what I'm saying is people allow themselves to get stopped. And again, I'm not saying like that there won't be no's that stop you inevitably. That's life. There will be challenges. All I'm saying is allowing yourself to just stop at that no. So you're just going to leave this earth doing just the bare minimum. That's it. That's all. You're just going to allow somebody to dictate to you how you get down. I have the poster right here, sir. We can measure it. We can figure this out together. Why am I telling you that? You work here. Wouldn't that be who? I think your boss wants you to sell shit. So if you just say, I don't know what size, and I walk away, is that a sale? Nigga, you ain't even got to work for it. I literally brought we ain't got to guess what the poster is. We ain't got to go over to the, are you kidding me right now? So again, I'm always surprised. I don't know why. I guess I'm a bit naive that way. Or I just really like to give people the benefit of the doubt to know that a no is not always a no. Or like an opportunity, even if it's this thin, kick the fucking door in, my nigga. Like, don't wait for them to look as like gregarious as I am, and like all this energy that I got, whether I like it or not, and all the rest of that is great. But everybody has their challenges, you know, and depression is mine. I was diagnosed as a teenager long time ago. So I still struggle. I hate that word, but I still I have to work on a daily basis to kind of gear myself up sometimes. Not all day, not every day, but some days it's a challenge. I say that to say, if I allowed that to be my thing, then I would creep out on stage, right? I would be like, hi, everybody. I'm kind of sad. Unfortunately, depression is my thing. So I'm just not going to push the envelope. I don't want to fuck nobody up. I'm just going to come out and say, hey, and thanks for coming out. And what the fuck? Nobody comes to see that. So I have to push through that shit and run out on stage. What's up, motherfuckers? Thanks so much for showing up. My name is Kittie Kaboom, and we're going to have a good time tonight. Like, you know, you got to create that for yourself because nobody's going to give it to you. Nobody.
I'm glad you touched on that. I mean, I got diagnosed with depression 9 years ago.
Yeah.
And insomnia. So I sleep maybe 2-3 hours out of the day.
I'm sorry to hear that, brother. Like I said, I love sleep. No, seriously. It is the most beautiful thing. Naps, long sleeps, Saturday morning, lazy Sundays, staying in bed while you read the paper or watch a movie or whatever fuck your man, you know, whatever. Like those respices are necessary. Got to have that balance. So I mean that with all sincerity. I'm sorry to hear that. The sleep is dope. So
it is. And my 2-3 hours of sleep, that's it. But
I can't even fathom. Nigga, I be sleeping 8, 9, sometimes 10. I love sleep. So I'm sorry, babe. I hope that gets better for you. No, seriously, I hope you get what you need to you know, make that okay.
Well, I mean the meditation, because I meditate, I sage and smudge. I have my meditation. Meditation
I'm going to
balls.
the woo-woo store today, bro. Me and my girlfriend are going to the woo-woo store. I'm so excited. Man, are you here for woo-woo? Do you do woo-woo? Are you in the chakras? I'm so woo-woo right now. Like I'm a Christian. I'm a Baptist Christian. So that is my core belief. But that doesn't mean, I just learned recently that like Buddhism, Hinduism, you don't have to convert to those religions in order to adhere to the teachings and the understandings of the religion. So once I learned that shit, I was like, oh, it's on. So yeah, I'm about to go buy some crystals today and, you know, possibly, I don't even know. Of course, I have my sage and my wood that I burn on occasion, but like, I just can't wait to learn more about it and like incorporate it into my meditation. And yeah, I love that life. I love that life. It has helped me, Lord have mercy, tremendously. The old Kitty and the new Kitty, nigga. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
I mean, sometimes I leave my phone to the side and I take like an hour or two just to myself. I like to get away from the connected devices.
As you should.
So when I meditate, I'm trying to clear my thoughts out, and I am clearing my thoughts out. I can't do it at the job I have now, but I have spray sage. So I have spray sage that actually sprayed in the office
Right.
this past week. So I was like, fuck it, they gonna get the spray sage because it was some negative. When you work in finance, there's some negative energy in that shit. I'm keeping
it involves money, and anytime money is involved, motherfuckers. Well, you know how that go. I ain't gotta tell you.
We ain't gotta go in that. That's fine. But make sure y'all support Kittie Kaboom. She didn't have to do this.
Check me out on IG. That's my thing. I mean, I do Twitter every blue moon, but IG definitely, and Facebook. I need to clean that page up because I never go on Facebook. Like, I belong to all of the groups on there that have to do with like voiceovers and hosting. Very much active a part of that, but that's the only time I don't post. And anyway, IG is Kittie Kaboom. It's just my name, KITTIE KABOOM. Holla at your girl.
Girl, thank you so much, Kittie.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Have an amazing day.
You too. Enjoy your woo-woo.
I know. I can't wait.
Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you want to, just text me and let me know how that goes. You know what I mean?
Maybe I'll send you a picture.
Sound like a plan.
All right.
Be safe though.
You too. Bye.